should individual businesses have the freedom to discriminate against anyone they want for any reason whatsoever? Am I too late to cover this topic? I feel like it's just old news by now. Anyways, for many, that's the question that arises out of the recent Indiana law that allows businesses to refuse service to LGBT people on the basis of religious freedom. Now, recently, I've been quite torn up myself on this issue, not because I'm an anti-gay Christian cake maker who wants to take advantage of this law and deny service to gays. Rather, I'd like to look at this from a pro-gay and pro-freedom angle and analyze why my final answer is still no. Proponents of the law say that, hey, nobody should be forced to do something that they don't want. Private business owners should be able to choose who they do their business with. Besides, it goes both ways, right? Pro-gay bakeries don't need to be forced to bake anti-gay cakes because it goes against their beliefs. Now, I think this is an accurate representation of people who support this law. And at first I thought, yeah, why the hell should Hooters be forced to hire men? Now, I agree with the idea full-heartedly that people should not be able to cater to views that goes against their beliefs. Catholic churches should not have to hire atheists. A company does not have to hire an open Nazi if they think that it would be detrimental to their business. However, note that I did say views. Political and religious beliefs are choices and lifestyle decisions that one makes, as well as indicative of one's actions. However, things like sexual orientation, gender, and race are not choices. You can never choose to be black. You can never choose to be gay. They are an unchanged state that lasts with a person forever. If discrimination is allowed against people for these reasons, the government is essentially allowing businesses to reduce certain people to the status of second-class citizens. As much as I support a business's right to conduct their business their way, I also support individuals' right to eat pizza wherever the hell they want, if they aren't doing anything that infringes on the policy of the business owner. Another supporting point of this law is that, hey, if business owners are allowed to put up signs that say, we refuse service to gays, then everyone else can say, hey, we don't want to go to that bakery. So in turn, that will speed up the process in which bigotry and people who have those ideals die out. Besides, anti-discrimination laws cannot just magically make discrimination not happen. It will just make business owners lie about why they won't hire or serve someone. Like, instead of saying, hey, I won't hire you because you're black, they'll say, hey, I won't hire you because you're not qualified for the position. But my question is, does that really work for every situation? Like, for example, if tomorrow McDonald's said, we no longer serve to gays, and that was legalized, then how many people will still go to McDonald's? Probably a lot less. But what if this was in the 1960s and it was against black people? Do you think McDonald's is just gonna die out? Do you think that nobody is ever going to go to that business? No, it still remains a power force. This argument that, hey, I can just take my business elsewhere is essentially flawed because there are many different scenarios to consider of. If there's a tiny xenophobic small southern town and 90% of the people there are homophobic, and if the law is allowed, then 90% of the businesses would be allowed to discriminate against gay people. How would the gay person be able to take their business elsewhere when there is no business that would serve them? Where the hell would they go then? To the nearest city where they would have to leave their homes and everything that they've grown up with? It is discriminating against their right as individuals to choose which places they want to buy their pizzas. The government allowing discrimination to happen will not speed up the process of discrimination dying out. It will just encourage it. Companies should be able to set up policies deciding how they do their business, like no swears on my cake or no pornographic content. But they should not be allowed to deny specific people their service, especially if they allow everyone else their service. Essentially, it is the government's job to make sure that businesses don't discriminate and treat everyone the same. Because unlike a fundamentalist Christian cake that says we do not support gay marriage, a gay couple wanting a cake baked for their wedding is not an expression of an idea or an opinion. They are simply saying, bake me a cake because we want to get married. If they wanted an opinion expressed and that goes against the opinions of the business owner, then they could say no. Like, for example, if the cake said, we support gay marriage, or I love gay sex. But a gay wedding is not an expression of an idea. It simply is we want to be bonded together in holy matrimony, and we want you to help us make the cake for that occasion. And even historically, this I can take my business elsewhere idea never really worked. Business owners were still allowed to segregate white people and black people in the concerts they own. Business owners could still choose what skin color of people they could hire. So while I agree that anti-discrimination laws would allow business owners to hide their true feelings, that would still be better than the alternative of segregation being allowed. My conclusion to this whole fiasco is that this whole law is pretty much saying, hey, you're discriminating against my right to discriminate, and I don't like that. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments whether I'm right or I'm dead wrong, because I'm still debating this topic internally a lot.